Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation and some may say the world. Today I have Dan on my left, James on my right, and Lucas here for back-to-back weeks.
Let's
unheard
go.
of.
Miracle. Let's go.
Unheard of in the podcasting game. But boys, how you been? Dan, mate, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Had a bit of a quiet weekend, just chilling out at home.
Nice,
Sleeping
mate.
and gaming as always.
Yeah, I've seen you pop up on my TikTok a little bit on the old gaming sphere. So
Don't know what are you talking about.
yeah, he's going good. He's going good.
Been streaming a bit again as well. So
Nice, mate.
Hit 400 followers on my Twitch.
Hey,
Let's go, Dan.
shout us out on your Twitch. What are you doing, mate? Come on. All right. Now, James, how have you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Had a pretty good weekend. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, Lucas, mate, how about you?
Mate, I'm always good.
Yeah.
I'm always good. Had a pretty good weekend as well, mate. Been away for work the last 2 days. Got back late yesterday, Arvo. Right back into the swing of things, mate. But yeah, always good.
Beautiful, mate. Us three went to a escape room. You guys didn't mention that, but
Mad
Oh,
invite.
dude, I forgot.
Thanks for the invite, guys.
I am
Talk shit.
the genius of the group. Sat back and just pointed stuff out to these guys because they were pretty useless.
Yeah.
I feel like the last time we did an escape room, you did that as well. You just fucking sat there and did things.
He's not a problem solver. He's a he's a problem.
delegator.
He is the problem.
At one stage, I was doing push-ups in the first room. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I like to brute force my way through stuff. Like, my wrist could just slip out of the lock.
Try to tell me that I couldn't have kicked down that door at the first one.
Oh,
seriously.
exactly.
If you had me there, I could have ran through the doors.
I
You
was
could have
thinking
simply eaten the door.
we could have done like the Toy Stories where it's like, use your head, Dan.
I don't want to use my head.
But no, we had a good weekend. Couple of beers, couple of wins. Not for me, Dan, or James, but for the punters and for Lucas, back to back, mate. How good?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, what more can I say, boys? I gave the 2-year-old Stormboy a massive pump up last weekend. Said it was the M word, which was immoral. And geez, man, I will wait till the horse racing segment later. But geez, I'm not wrong, am I?
Not wrong too often. Not wrong this year.
That's the most important part here.
Just quit while you're ahead, Lucas.
How long can the streak continue?
Oh,
That's the
it's
question.
going. It's going.
Look forward to that later in the podcast. But also, Lucas going for 3 in a row will be nice. Good stuff. Do you have any tips for this week? Or
Look, I haven't had a look at the fields yet. Yeah, I haven't had a look at the fields yet. I will get back to you all shortly on that, though.
Beautiful. Now we get into the cricket, and the new test has only just started today as we speak. And James, mate, any cricket news?
Yeah, so I'll start off. I won't go to the test match straight away. We'll go to the Big Bash. Don't know if you've realised. It's been going on in the background of the podcast of this segment. It goes on in the background of the Australian cricket summer, and it goes on in the background on my TV when I go to bed. Bits happen. We're down to the pointy end of it. Finals have started, or are about to start.
On the 19th.
On the 19th, yeah, so a couple of days away. But did you guys see Dave Warner have to catch a chopper in from his brother's wedding
I did.
to the Sydney Bash
What the
last
fuck?
week?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's great gear, great theatre. Would you be surprised if David Warner doing something like that to get some attention?
Did it land in the middle of the field?
Yeah. Originally, it was meant to land on a different field, but I think the Big Bash and everyone else would have said, "No, do that." because
Money? I want you to land on the field.
No, it just looks so much more entertaining and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Especially
sells
the last
papers.
few weeks he had as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But then last night, to really finish off the season, we had the Scorchers and the Sixers play. So that was Tuesday night for people listening. Did you guys happen to catch any of that?
I honestly forgot it was on.
What, mate? While the tennis is on, mate, I'm all
Yeah,
tennis.
that is fair. A last ball thriller. Moses Enriquez gets the job done for the Sixers, pushing them into second place, having a big...
We rarely beat the Scorchers.
Everyone rarely beats the
Yeah,
Scorchers.
I mean, they are first at the moment.
No, they're third.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Heat.
So the Heat are first.
Oh, okay, fuck.
The Sixers, with that win last night, pushes them to second. So both of them will play each other. The loser gets a second chance. Then the Scorchers in third, and then I think it's the Adelaide Strikers in fourth, with the inform Short. Which one? Both of them.
Yeah, both. Really good. Did they open the
Yeah,
batting?
they both
How
open
good's
the
that?
batting together. It's great for the commentators. So, it might be time to finally tune into the Big Bash and pay attention to it.
Not if you're a Thunder fan.
Yeah, it do be like that.
Good to be a Sixers fan.
So, leading into the Test match last week, big news dropped the day after we recorded, so we didn't really get to talk about it. It was announced that Cameron Green comes back into the Test team, batting number 4, and Smith moves into the opening position. What's everyone's thoughts on that? I'll get a before and after today. Dan?
Oh, so you want me to say before?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go well. Obviously, like he's a good batsman and everything, but after today, not so well.
Brandon?
Before, I think his style of batting, it kind of suits it. How he plays a long game in Test cricket. Like, he might score 40 runs off like 100 balls. So like that's good to wear down the new ball, wear down the opening bowlers. So I think in theory, great. Practicality today did not work, but there's still more batting opportunities. So who knows?
Lucas?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I understood that question a bit different than those boys. But
Give me your interpretation.
okay, my interpretation. Look, I think if there's any Australian batter that you're going to throw in and move their batting position, I think Steve Smith's probably the one to do it. And I feel like, how good he has been as a batsman over the last, X amount of years. Oh, I'm not sure, 10 to 12 years. He's built up as a prodigy. He's basically lived up to that hype as well. I think if any player you're going to want to move, he would be the one to cope with it easily.
Yeah, look, I agree with most of yours. Today, I actually thought he looked calm. Came out and talked about how coming in at 4, especially if the openers get a good lay a good platform and Marnus is scoring runs as well, he gets real anxious having to wait.
Yep.
So, and I think he actually looked calm today. And look, an opener's going to get out. Like, every now and then they'll get out cheap. Like, Kawaja should have got out for free today. It was another bad drop. They didn't get the crazy catch
I
for the
did see
win.
that.
They didn't get the crazy.
No. But, so I think this is going to be good for him. Like, his numbers have been dropping as he's got older. Something else also happened at around the time that the numbers started dropping, and that was he got a concussion in England, and a Marnus Labuschagne came onto the scene and pushed Smith back to 4. So I think him going up the order could be really beneficial, and who knows, hopefully he plays for another 3 years after this.
Be good.
All right, so now we get into... look, I thought this was going to be the cash-in summer, but this could be the cash-in series at least. 2 matches against the West Indies. So, Brendan, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about that South African team that, everyone was debuting. They had 7 debutants, their captain was one of them and stuff like that. This West Indies team may have 8 debutants.
Do they actually have 8?
Yeah, mate, it's something ridiculous.
Well,
like
either that or it's 6 for South Africa, 7 for this. They've got one more.
Jesus.
They've got some good players. Their 2 opening batsmen, including their captain Braithwaite. Roach has played a huge amount of games for him bowling for the last 10 years. But it is a very fresh team. And today we saw that with the bat, a lot of cheap wickets. But look, hopefully we get some entertaining cricket. Hopefully we see some big numbers. Everyone likes to see that. Guys, so it's a bit odd. It would have been better doing this yesterday because there's been some wickets and some runs scored today. But I reckon we go through our predictions for the series again, like we did for the last series against Pakistan. Yep. So, Lucas, top run scorer, top wicket taker?
Okay, so I got top wicket taker. I'm going to go Hazelwood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep, going to get
Funny
nice.
funny that. Funny that.
Yeah, just
I mean,
you wouldn't believe it.
He's tied with someone at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
he is. So I'm going to go Hazelwood for a top wicket taker. Top run scorer. Now, look, I mean, I haven't seen the score since we started batting. So I'm going to throw out I'm going to say Travis Head.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he'll have to get into bat to actually bat. So, look, I'll stick with it. I'll go Travis Head. And a 3-0 sweep, obviously.
2-0.
2-0 sweep, obviously.
Dan?
I'm gonna stick with the man that's tied with Josh Hazelwood at the moment.
Ooh.
Good old Paddy C. Oh, captain, my captain.
He looked very good at the start of the day.
And I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna throw M. Green's name in the ring for top run scorer.
Ooh.
Gets up the order.
Big if true.
Averages 60 odd at number 4 for Western Australia.
Yep.
Brandon?
It's a 2-0 sweep for you as well, yeah?
Yeah, 2-0
Yeah,
sweep,
so,
yeah.
good. I will go. My favourite West Indies player, S. Joseph. He's got 2 wickets. Don't know what his first name is, but I'm sure he's going well.
Sorry. Yeah, he had a decent bat today as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came in debutant, scored 30 odd or
Debutant.
something.
Debutants as
30 odd,
well.
yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, I'm locking him in for a top wicket taker.
So I'm pretty sure he's the guy. He was a security guard or something when they were touring last year. He started
No
playing,
way.
started
good's
playing
that?
cricket at the age of 16. He's ripped to the shit house if you have a look at him.
Yeah.
He does look. Is that him now? Yeah, that is. He does look pretty.
He looks
Yeah.
By
pretty
the way, we're
jacked.
watching the cricket
yeah.
just for the last
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
So S. Joseph, top wicket taker, because in a shit team, you probably get bigger numbers because
Yeah.
no one else is doing good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I'm.
that's smart. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I'm
like
throwing it
Jamal
out.
almost pipped Paddy.
That's it. So I'll go him, and then I'll go for the leading runs. I'll go Kawaja.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's still in then.
Yeah, he's still in.
Yeah, that was going to inform me on my decision
And
as well.
we win 2-0, obviously.
All right, so to me, I'm gonna. I hate playing it safe, but you know what? Screw it. Let's go Starkey. Nobody's picked him. We'll make it a bit more interesting. Have different bowlers. We'll go Starkey. Kawaja's taken. Head's taken. Do I go risky and go Smudger after he's just had a bad innings?
What did he get out for?
12.
It was a good looking 12.
That's all right then.
I wouldn't go minus. He got out for less than him.
Yeah, I know. I'll be going Mitch Marsh, the Bison, for my run
Jeez.
scorer, and Australia to win 3-0 in the 2-match series.
Jesus. Yeah, good.
Everyone make a poo-poo joke of me.
But yeah, that's the cricket wrap for now.
Can I just say something? So I heard today in the commentary that there's a lot of animals in the Australian Test team.
Yeah,
You had the bull, like obviously Dave Warner's gone now. You've got the bison.
yep.
You've got the albatross.
Who's that?
I
Cam
think it's
Green?
Surely it's Cam Green.
Cam Green, yeah. And then there was another one that they
The
mentioned,
smudge.
but I can't
Travis Head's called the bid lid.
remember.
The goat.
Yeah, but that was, the goat, Gary, yeah.
Ah, geez.
So they were just like rattling off,
Yeah.
and then like they said, Jackson Bird's been in the team before, so they had the
The
bird.
The bird.
Like, it's just a funny thing that I thought I'd.
Very nice, very
repeat.
nice.
And like Martis is a laboushade,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
That might be an animal somewhere.
Like,
I got a question for you, cricket related.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I pulled it up at work saying one of the blokes I work with, a massive cricket head, right? Like worships it, all that sort of thing. So they brought up the Test wicket, the top 10 Test wicket takers in Australian history.
Yep.
Now Gary's obviously 3? Is he third?
Yeah, behind. Or is he? Yeah, behind Pigeon. He's closing in on Pigeon, and Warney's obviously
And
top.
Warney's on top. Yeah, he reckons that with a bit of luck he could catch Warne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I even brought that up a while ago on
Oh,
here.
really? Yeah.
I may
Yeah,
have.
when he first hit
No,
the
you-
500,
Yeah, because
I don't think you were here, Lucas.
Oh, okay.
I think he would only have to average like 4 wickets a
Forfar.
test and play for so many years.
I think it was like 2.5 years forfar. I think. Yeah. So
But I think this year's a pretty quiet year for.
yeah,
Test matches, isn't it?
nine test matches this
Yeah.
year.
mm,
But we are coming off a pretty big test
Yeah.
year.
yeah.
Because there's no Ashes this year.
Nah, but then like we come back next year for India and Australia.
Yeah, that'll be big.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go, lads. I zoned out completely because I was looking at the next thing that we're talking about is UFC.
And it's time for me to zone out.
And we got UFC. There was a fight night. The card, I don't really care about most of it. The main fight, though, was, am I saying this? Magomedov Ankalaev. I don't
Well
know
done.
if I got that right, but I think I did.
Say it more Australian. Go.
Okay.
Enclave.
Magomedov Ankalaev.
For some reason, you can say Johnny Walker really well.
But they had the main fight and lasted 2 rounds. Ankalaev winning by knockout, TKO. First shot dropped him, stunned him, put him on the cage. Second shot broke his nose on the ground, which was bloody devastating for Johnny Walker. But Ankalaev, it looks like a beast, to be honest, and a definite threat to the competition, the light heavyweight, I believe.
Light heavyweight, correct.
Yep. Lucas, you see the punches?
Mate, yeah. So we played golf at down at Leachy on Sunday, and we just got back into the clubhouse to catch the start of this fight.
Yep.
Mate, what shocks me is Ankalaev. Obviously, he's a massive dude, but Johnny Walker himself said, he could possibly go up to heavyweight. But mate, if put into perspective, if you had Francis Ngannou, well, who's another massive power puncher at heavyweight right now?
Tai Tuivasa, bam bam.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Tai Tuivasa. Could you imagine if they landed those shots on Walker?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be walking. He'd be buckled. But,
Johnny Buckling.
Johnny Buckling, yeah. But no, Ankalaev, mate, he's really good. He's not obviously a massive name. He's in Dana White's bad books as well, just for his last few fights. He's had a no contest, a draw, and some other things, and what he says in the media, whatnot, in broken Russian or broken English, sorry. But yeah, look, Walker, he always seems to put a win streak together, gets to the top 4 or 5. He can't break through.
Yeah.
He really can't break through. But
What have to do with some he was doing capoeira halfway through the first round.
Mate, that's just who he is.
Oh, I
Hey?
think I saw that as a highlight, low light pop up on Reddit.
Maybe if he took the fights a little bit more serious when he's he's fighting to try and get title shots.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but
good fight, and as I said, the rest of the card really didn't care for at all.
well, just quickly, Jim Miller.
Jim Miller.
Jim Miller
Jimmy.
extended his most UFC wins on that card as well in the co-main event. Got another dub there. He has since gone on to social media clamoring for a fight at UFC 300,
Ooh.
which I think, if you guys just hang tight with me right now, I'm pretty sure Jim Miller. Sorry, boys. I think he was given a fight, or am I wrong? He does. He is fighting Bobby Green
Ooh,
at
I didn't see that,
UFC
actually.
300.
That should be good.
That's going to
Which
be
is in,
awesome.
April, isn't it?
Yeah, and did you see what other fight got announced today as well?
The BMF
No.
belt has been put on the line.
Yeah, you know who's fighting, James?
No, who's fighting?
Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. That's going to
Yeah.
be an absolute banger.
The
Is
death of Max
Well,
Holloway.
Yeah, honestly, the death of
Is
Max
that
Holloway.
lightweight? No.
Lightweight, dude,
Yeah.
yeah. Max is going to have to go up in 2 months,
Yeah.
2.5 months, whenever it is, and go take Justin Gaethje, who's been taking souls, other than Khabib.
Rough.
Head kicks Dustin Poirier,
It-
kills Tony Ferguson.
Yeah. Have you seen? There's been memes. I don't know if any truth to it or that Brock Lesnar's going to come back for UFC 300.
Yeah, dude, I did. If Mark Hunt gets wind of that, mate, he's been still
Oh.
screaming since UFC 200.
Hasn't he been trying to sue them for letting him fight
Fuck
under
yeah.
steroids?
Yeah, he lost that though. I think it was
Yeah.
settled late last year, and he
Yeah.
lost.
Anyways, look, I'm looking forward to that, but also looking forward to this weekend. We have UFC 297.
Oof.
The card, look, there's a couple of all right
We'll have to get
fights,
together and watch this.
but
probably.
the main fight, obviously, being the championship fight. It is Sean Strickland versus Dricus Duplessis
Surely we watch
fighting
this.
for the middleweight title. And look, the beef these two have had over
Oh yeah.
the past and even fighting at other UFC events. I'm sure the press conference is going to be great, even if they let them in the same room. I don't know if that'll happen.
They might
But-
put them in glass boxes or cages or something.
in octagons.
In muzzles and like hand ties.
But
Israel Adesanya's loving that.
looking forward to this fight, gentlemen. How do you see it going, and who are you going to pick? I'll go with Dan first, mate.
Mate, you went with the person that has the most UFC knowledge
Yeah,
in this
just
room.
pick a name out of the two. Who
No,
you
I reckon
picking?
probably Dracus will win.
Dreykus, yeah.
Yeah.
And any way or just decision?
How many rounds is it?
5 rounds. Title fight.
I'll go. I knew. I had a guess it was 5 rounds.
Yeah,
but
that's good, that's
I just
good.
wanted to confirm.
Okay, yeah.
I'll say knockout in the 3rd round.
Okay, cool. James, who you picking, mate?
I think this is one of the most evenly split title fights that you'll come across. Like, you got 2 fighters that I think aren't champion quality.
Yep.
They're in that sort of just below it. I'm going to go Strickland round 4 TKO.
Opposite. I'm actually going similar to Dan. I think Dreykus will staunch him within the first 2 rounds and get the knockout win. I just think similar to like Alex Pereira did to Strickland, where he staunched him and got the win. Dreykus doesn't take the back foot like too often, where Izzy was doing that the whole championship fight, like trying to play off his back foot, trying to counter strike. Where if Dreykus just storms in and catches him, good night. That's how I see it. But all right, Lucas. So how do you see this going?
It sounds pretty simple, but I think it's just going to be, classic MMA math. If Dreykus can get Sean to the ground, I think he could be in a bit of strife. But if he can't and he gets tired attempting to do that, I think Sean might just, walk him down, 1-2s, body kicks, just slow him down and sort of overwhelm him towards the end of the fight. I don't think there'll be a finish. I think it'll be Sean by decision. Before you go any further, there's one fight you're missing on that card that we really need to talk about.
El Magni?
Raquel Pennington versus... No, there's nothing to talk about on that card, guys. That's properly about it.
Is
That Arnold
Volkan...
Allen's pretty good, eh? But
Arnold Allen and Mosvar Evloev. That's going to be a really good fight.
Is Volkan 298?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's next month.
Yes.
looking forward to that. All right. Now, this is a recurring fact in the new year. We don't really talk about tennis all of last year, but this year, back-to-back weeks, we have tennis talk.
Look, we're
Yeah.
Australian. When the Australian Open comes around, we talk about tennis and we forget about it for the rest of the year.
It's only entertaining when it's in Australia. That's a known fact. Now, as per, I'm not the biggest tennis fan, and there is one man on the couch that is. We'll head over to Lucas, mate.
Yeah, look, boys, what can I say? When Christmas is over, when Christmas finishes for me, I wake up on Boxing Day and I get excited because I know Australian Open time is only a few weeks away. And for those 2 weeks that the Australian Open is on, the only thing on my TV is tennis. Yes, I get abused by my missus for having it on all the time. I can't watch the females play because, you know, when they grunt, she gets really annoyed. But look, it is what it is. But guys, yeah, look, once again, Australian Open time is here. First round finished yesterday. They're into the second round today for the one side of the bracket. So just to go through a couple of the first round results, some of the big ones that stand out. So you've got Novak Djokovic, who won in 4 sets against this young 18-year-old fella, Prismic. So Novak won the first, had the second taken off him, but then, you know, won the last 2 handily, 6-3, 6-4. Now, this young guy, Prismic, was actually half the age of Novak. So Novak's 36, Prismic was 18.
I also heard he got a bit into Novak's head.
Look, at some stage he did, yes, and then also the fans were riling up Novak as well to the point where he had to tell him to shut the something up. But the thing is, people need to realise, if you go at Novak, if you're a crowd and you're rolling him up, it's the worst thing you can do. He loves it.
Because he's going to go for a toilet break and calm everyone down.
He thrives. He thrives on hate from fans. He really does. So honestly, I think you got more chance of beating him if you cheer him on.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. But look, Novak looks in prime position to win another Australian Open. Taylor Fritz, the young American, won in 5 sets against Diaz Acosta on day one as well. Who else do we have here? We got Rublev winning in 5 sets on the first day. He's ranked world number 5, so he was taking a 5 sets in the first round, which is quite impressive from the young Brazilian Seaboth Wild who played him there. We got Yannick Sinner, the Italian, who people are saying this could be his year and this could be his Australian Open as well. He's finished the hardcourt season in America and Europe towards the end of last year very well, and he started quite strongly as well, winning in straight sets. That's day one. Then you've obviously had day 2 yesterday. Felix Auger-Aliassime, the French-Canadian player, beat former world number 3 Dominic Thiem in 5 sets. Unfortunately, Rinky Hijikata, the Australian, he lost in 5, which is very upsetting. But it's always good to see. I don't know if you blokes watch the tennis at all. Oh, you guys, yeah.
I'm more interested in the Australian. Tell me how Tanasi did. I know he won.
Yeah.
How'd the cock go?
Well, look, as you said, the cock won.
The cock won.
Put on the cock.
Demonor also won.
The demon.
The demon, he won. Good on him. He won against Milos Raonic, former world number 3, who
That's
unfortunately got injured again.
Yeah.
No, he's been injured for a long time. It was his first tournament back, and
Oofed.
yeah,
What'd
had
he
a
do?
very good first set against Demonor. Took the first set off him. Got injured somewhere at the end of the second set. Played a few games in the third and had to leave. That could be his retirement there.
Jeez.
Yeah, poor bugger. Yeah, and look,
There was a young girl, I should have picked up her name. 16 won today.
yeah, Mariva.
Yeah.
Oh, Maniva.
Geneva.
Mira Aniva, I think her name is. Young
Yeah.
Russian girl.
Yeah.
When I was watching the Brisbane International a few weeks back, she's a weapon. She's
Yeah.
like 6'2". She's just such a good player, and she could be the next, Anna Kournikova, Maria Sharapova.
Yeah.
Young, European tennis player who just takes the world by storm. So that's quite exciting for her, as you said, being 16 years old.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she beat a high-ranking
Yeah,
player.
that's look. I sort of half read the article. You know, but how you sort of skim through it, and they're like biggest upset by far of the tournament.
Oh yeah, Ons Jabeur, who's a Turkish player who's won a few Grand Slams as well. So
Wow.
yeah, massive 6-love, 6-2. So it wasn't
I
close.
saw that
Was
she
a
dominated.
beat,
yeah.
Yeah, but boys, look, if there's any sort of tennis that I want you blokes to watch this year in the Australian Open, there's a young fella called Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Yep. Broke through at the end of 2022. He's now ranked number 2 in the world. He's swapped first and second with Novak a few times over the last year. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. I'd say think of Nadal, young Spanish player, but maybe not as explosive, but he's so quick, around the court and whatnot. He played last night, and it's honestly awesome to watch him play. So if there's anyone to tell you to watch, it's definitely Carlos Alcaraz, and you'll be able to watch him when he gets towards the quarters, the semis, because he's definitely up there as a massive chance to win.
He's like what Lucas could have been without all the injuries, Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without the shoulders and the knees and whatnot.
And without being Spanish.
Yeah.
So look, while you guys were falling asleep over there, that's me done for the Oz Open for this week, and I'll come back with some more interesting stuff.
Beautiful. Great stuff, honestly. And me and Dan were just nodding along there.
Watching cricket?
Yeah, well,
it's
it's over,
over.
unfortunately.
It's
but
beyond.
definitely some good players, and hopefully Australians do our country proud. But, we've talked a little bit about Djokovic, and did you lads see him and Steve Smith hit some balls, some tennis shots, and then there was some cricket shots? And let me tell you, Steve Smith can hit a tennis ball.
Well, I mean, he can hit a cricket ball, so you'd think he'd be able to fucking hit a tennis ball.
So Djokovic had the task of serving to Steve Smith at, we'll say, about 90% speed, not 100% because it's pretty rough.
Not warmed up, not in
Yeah.
the proper game. You don't want to pull a muscle, but he hit it pretty quick.
And Smith returned serve, and
did see that.
the face, the shock of Djokovic
It
was
was just like, what the fuck?
yeah, like, wait, you can do that? That's impossible.
Like, That would be like Pat Cummins bowling a ball to him and he just slogs him for 6.
Yeah.
Or at least 4.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Or
then-
plays like a beautiful cover drive.
And then you put the roles reversed, which shows which is the superior sport. Don't want to say that to you, Lucas. Cricket over tennis.
Warnie's young bloke was bowling.
Yeah, and they were bowling to Djokovic. Could not hit a fucking ball.
Mind you, some of the balls were like going all the way out here and shit.
He had to get the tennis racket out and hit it back. But it was fun to see, and good.
There was a
Hyping up the
good bit
sport.
of banter on there as well.
Yeah.
Good to see him in a good light because a lot of people hate the bloke.
Yeah, yeah.
So each their own. But that's the tennis talk done for the podcast. We'll see you at the finals next week.
Which is basically the finals.
Yes. Now, James, ad read time. You got another one for us, mate?
Yeah, so got another one. Thought this one up. I think Dan's going to read this. I hope he hasn't pre-read it.
I've read the first 2 words.
All
That's
right,
it.
that's you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so Dan.
All right. Get comfortable. Big podcast is brought by Luke Kyle's podcast.
Yeah,
Luke-
we're getting sponsored by another podcast on this one.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'll restart because
Okay. So,
Please.
this week's podcast is brought to you by Loopy Files Podcast. The guys on the Loopy Files Podcast dive into all the crazy conspiracy theories with the goal of either making sense or going loopy trying. This week, they head over to Western Australia to check out the Western Australia cricket team, cricket conspiracy, and how it makes sense that Bancroft wasn't picked is meant to... What?
Sorry, there should have been a comma there. Oh, my bad.
Fucking
That's
hell,
all right.
James.
He fucked up a few words in there too. So
And how it makes sense that Bancroft wasn't picked is meant...
To confirm.
I still
All right,
don't
I'll
know-
read it.
It doesn't make sense.
No,
That
it does.
doesn't make
It-
sense.
It genuinely does.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's supposed to say, Dan, that part there, and how it makes sense that Bancroft wasn't picked is meant to confirm it.
Okay.
Put the comma in there in your mind.
I'm dyslexic. Even if the 2 players picked ahead of him are also from WA. So tune in this week and see if they can make any sense out of this weird states family. That was fucking shocking.
Yeah, look, that wasn't my best. I missed a comma.
yeah, look,
That
the
bloke missed
reader...
a few fucking vowels over there, don't worry.
He needs some more practice, so I reckon go back to him
Yeah,
next
go back to
week.
Dan next
week. I'm actually sick next week.
No, good stuff again, James. You made us laugh. Made us laugh
Yeah.
getting to listen to him struggle.
Hada.
I should have got the teleprompter going. Imagine how hard it would have been for him there, rolling into it.
That would have
But
been terrible.
It's
no, good
hard
stuff.
writing them because there's almost should be a comma after everything to sort of have a pause because if you're reading in your head, it's different to when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make it a new sentence every time. But now we go into the listener questions. We've had another abundance of listener questions, and look, we're big time now, boys. We're big time, and we'll head over to Lucas for the listener question.
So, I'm going to have to start with this one. So, boys, from one of our great listeners, Mrs. JL, she's wondering, is 2024 the year of the shark?
No.
Pretty sure it isn't.
Brandon?
Well, look, for me, we've only boosted our team and we've just gotten stronger. You know, our halves first year of preseason training together. Yes, it's the year of the shark. I don't know if it's actually like if you go off Chinese New Year, but it definitely is the year of the shark.
Also,
When's
by
the-
definition, haven't you only got weaker for this season?
No, we dropped the dead weight, mate. No Moylan, no Wade Graham, brother.
No Connor Tracy.
Yeah, true. No
Made
Connor
it so
Tracy.
much easier.
So when do you get AFB?
AFB next
25.
year.
Oh, okay. So,
That's what
so
I
you
mean.
didn't
This year,
get fucking
this year
stronger.
definitely can't
So
be.
poor
So you didn't get
AFB has to come into a team that's already won a grand final. That's crazy.
So the only, I mean, the only thing you got stronger with is your fucking schedule because you guys, as always, verse the bottom 8 more times than you verse the top 4.
Cut this clip for when Nico Hines is Dally M and we win the premiership. Cut it. Post it everywhere.
Or cut it for when it doesn't happen and this is even better.
And then we're just sitting here pissing ourselves laughing.
Yeah.
Cut it for when Nico wins the Dally M because he just bullied bottom 8 teams all year.
Nico against top 8, I sleep. Nico against bottom 8, real shit.
The red eyes.
Nico actually turns up for games against top 8 teams.
Come on.
Jeez,
We beat
from a
one last
Dragons
year.
fan.
Come on.
Thank you for the listeners' question, Julie. Next up, guys, this is a fucking cracker. Jesus. Okay. I really want to go first here, but I will go last.
Ooh.
Boys, if you were in a fight and you could pick one of your friends to help you, who would it be? But you cannot pick the same person as someone else here.
Can I go first? With this
No.
one? Oh, damn it.
James.
Taking Big Josh.
Yeah.
Give me that big head, big hands, and big mullet.
Ah, shit. Well, I think he's taken everyone's. Maybe. How about you, Dan? What do you got?
I'm going Farlow because I remember that night he tried to choke out everyone here at the house.
You mean when no one was swinging back and we were just letting him do it?
Nah, he's going to choke out everyone for me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't need help in a fight.
Brandon, what about you, mate?
Look, if I could pick myself, I would, but
I don't need anyone. I'm a lone wolf.
dangerous fists in Southwest Sydney, brother.
5 foot even.
But no, I'll pick Brad because I think
Brad Stanley. Brad Stanley.
he's deadly, Brad, and he's got the tattoos. He's scary, so you know.
Lucas's answers have been taken left,
I'm
right, and
just
center
getting
here.
fucking stolen. Honestly, yeah, look. I think just for shit we've been through and just because I know how much of a good bloke he is, I'd take Oaksy.
Yeah.
I'd take Oaksy.
So I was expecting Brandon to meme it and go, "Oh, my great mate Alexander." Alex.
Volkanovski.
Just plug the photo in the video.
I didn't think of that. I should have.
Yeah, look, I'd take Oaksy. Just as I said, you know, we've been through a whole lot together. He's a good bloke, and
Been through thick and thin, and
absolutely.
you get bashed together.
yeah, we get back together. You know, we're lovers. So, look, thank you for that one, Kyle. That's another classic from you, mate. I'm loving them. This one, this is a beauty. It's going to depend on the vibe, I think. Guys, when you are at a party or a social gathering, what song is the first that you would add to the Spotify queue? Dan.
Fuck, you put me on the spot here.
Too bad.
Oh,
You can do it, mate.
fuck it, Mr. Brightside.
Oh, you're going to start with it.
Yeah, fuck
Big
it. why
man.
not?
Okay, get everyone
Start
out
off the
there.
night good.
Got to get everyone on the dance floor, mate. That's one way to do
Exactly.
it. So you get white girls and white blokes on there. Brandon, how about you, sir?
Well, I know you'll be going some sort of country shit. I'll be going "Woy" by Digger D.
Classic.
Purely because of our friends group, it'll be funny. I don't think if you go to a massive social gathering, it's going to be that good. But you know,
Fair enough. How about you, James?
Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas.
beautiful.
Yeah,
to
that
get
makes
it
a ton of
started.
sense. That makes a ton of sense. Yeah, look, for me, guys, I'd go Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs.
Yeah, boy.
Beer never broke my
It's
heart.
true. It's true. That's my pick.
Then why don't you break its heart and start drinking CC?
Keep my CCs are fucking tasty.
Could I get the answer of what it would have been before this year? No, last year when you listen to
Okay,
country. Yeah.
Oh, look, mate, Jesus. I'd probably play some sort of W&W.
Ooh, yeah.
Lift Off from W&W, Skydance, something like that. Something EDM. Or Tiesto.
Ooh, bit of Tiesto.
Yeah, oh, God. Pair of Dice by Tiesto. I changed my answer. Pair of Dice by Tiesto.
And look, I'll give a more serious Taste by H.
East.
Fucking Jesus. These blokes go to parties with themselves, these two here.
Yeah.
Now, look, fair play, everybody. Now, thank you for that one, Matty C. Next question. This is the first question here from Tyson, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Bloody oh, thank you, Tyson. Mate, he's asking me the hard one here. Does Brooksy finally play finals footy this year? Brandon, what do you think?
Oh, look, I hope so. For the Brooksies fans that like have stuck true with him for those strong 11 to 12 years or whatever he's been at West Tigers for. Hope he gets his first finals, taste of finals. But yeah, I don't know. Depends if DCE is injured or not. If it has to go all on Brooksy, it might be tough.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big man at the back has a big.
True, yeah. Turbo.
Yeah, what about you? What are you thinking, James? Yeah, that?
So I want ideal, right? If they do make it, I want them to limp into 8th and then just get pumped. It'd just be the fodder, and he goes, "Hey, I made finals."
Yeah, that record goes to someone else
Or even
eventually.
better, hate to wish injury, so maybe just a bit of a calf strain or something. Hit, he doesn't play.
Good God.
And they lose week 1 of the finals.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Jeez, okay. How about you, Dan? What do you think?
Look, if, as Brandon said, like if Cherry Evans can stay fit, and then James said if Turbo can stay fit, I think Manly will play in finals, and then obviously Brooksy will be there.
Yeah.
But other than that, probably not. But yeah, I hope for his sake he will.
Yeah, I'm of the same milk, mate. I hope he does get there, and you know, as we've all said, if Tommy Turbo is fit for a whole year, there's no way they don't finish in the top 8.
Yeah.
You know, Brooks playing with Cherry Evans, you know, a dominant half, I think is going to make him shine. I'm actually really excited to see how he goes, you know, week 1, 2, 3 of this year and see how well he plays. So, yeah. We all said yes, basically, if, you know, pending injuries.
Yes.
Now, does West Tigers play finals footy? No.
Do Sharks become flat track bullies again this year?
Do we make the
Yeah,
finals?
They've been
Yes.
flat track bullies for the last 3 years, and they've been straight setted
Do
every
we
time.
make the finals? Yes.
Straight setted.
Are they going to win the
Imagine
premiership?
coming
No.
top 4 and being straight setted.
It's your own. We lost by like 1 point.
You know what?
2 years in a row, bro.
Imagine, okay, hypothetical, right? Sharks make the finals, but you know, hell freezes over, and the rest of the bottom 8 teams are in the finals too. The Sharks would win that. The Sharks would win that. Could you believe it?
Can we make a new rule?
When Sharks get eliminated, they play another final series against the bottom 8.
They have to go through every team just to get the championship.
I like it.
All right. Thank you once again, Tyson. This is a weird one.
Yes,
Now.
it is.
I like it. Trust me, I like it. Boys, would you rather every time you see a movie, at the biggest, most important scene of the movie, you let out a scream, or every time you're eating out at a restaurant, at the start of each meal, you have to give a speech out loud? So that's entrees, that's meals, and that's desserts. That's 3 speeches, or the most important part of a movie where, you know, something great's about to happen. Thanos is about to click, right? Oh,
Sorry, audio listeners.
yeah.
Hopefully that cut out on the mic.
Please.
I'll turn it down if it didn't.
Turn that off. Yeah, or, you know, Thanos clicks, dead. Jack, you know, Jack in the fucking Titanic, laying in the water trying to climb onto a fucking bit of wood, onto a door.
As he's getting pushed off.
Yeah, as he's getting pushed off, start screaming. Boys, what would you rather, James? I want your one first, mate.
Oh, look. I'll just get up and give the speech.
Would
Look, it's not going to affect me as much. It'll piss off everyone around me if every time I get up and go, look, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the chefs. I want to thank the chefs for this delicious meal that they've put out. I'm sure it will taste delicious, like my entree just was. So the main looks great. So I just want to thank the chefs, and I want to thank everyone for being here. And then you just dig in again,
And then dessert comes out.
Hold on, but before you go any further, every time before you have to have a speech, you have to tap your glass.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your answer.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
How about you, Brandon?
This is a real tough question, honestly. But I do like the fact of doing a speech, but I think you could definitely pass with having Tourette's if you're doing it. If you're in the movie,
No, mate, not if you wait 45 minutes through a movie.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure most people with Tourette's don't have to go to movies. Oh, I just figured out I figured out the trick to this.
All right, go on.
You do the movies, but you just go to the movies at like shit times during the day.
What if you got a fucking full-time job, mate?
Well, then you're not getting to the movies.
What about if it's at home as well? You just at home.
Yeah, at home you piss off your missus, you piss off your family.
Here's a better one. You've just met this bird on Tinder, right? She's an absolute smoke show, and she's gone, hey, great date idea. Let's go to the drive-ins, right? You rock up to the drive-ins, you're sitting in the car, you're getting nice and close, and then the most important part of the movie comes on, and you let out this banshee like scream.
I thought you were going somewhere totally different. So you bring home the date from Tinder, and you throw on a movie in the background, and you go on away. All of a sudden, the most important scene comes on, and you just have to yell.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez. All right. So
So yeah, movies during the middle of the day on a Monday.
okay. So for everyone here, I'm just going to go ahead and assume if we can't get to the movies during the week, we're going to do a speech at the restaurant. Is that right?
I'm giving the speech.
I'll just go fuck myself and not answer the question then.
Dan?
Well, we've seen how I read the ad read, so I'm definitely going with the movies.
I can't fucking read.
I can't read.
I can't read. I'm legally blind.
Let's see. Imagine with the speech, like, because obviously you couldn't have it all written down, but you just had to have palm cards ready, so it looks like you're reading on palm cards.
I take back what I said about that question. That was fucking hilarious.
It's a good laugh.
That's a bloody great question. So thank you to whoever sent that one through.
Good stuff.
Yeah, geez. Brandon, I'll head back to you for the talk, mate, the NRL talk.
Oh, Jesus.
Beautiful. Now, look, love to listen to questions. Get more in on Instagram, DM us, whatever you want. Comment it down below in the comment section, and we will reply to all. But now the NRL talk, as Lucas has already said, is we got a couple things this week. It's getting closer, so more stuff is coming up, and we had the Tigers do a bit of a player swap, and they got Justin Olam to their team, and they let go of Sean Bloor to the Melbourne Storm. And I'll head to Lucas to see his opinion, because I think, honestly, it's a good deal for both teams.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm not too fussed. We've got some pretty decent back rowers. Bloor was obviously struggling to find time in there. He has had a few injuries. You know, Olam, same thing. He's had a couple of injuries recently. So, look, I'm whelmed. I hope Olam will do well for us, and I hope Sean Bloor does well for the Storm as well. But ultimately, I'm whelmed.
You're whelmed, James.
Very whelmed.
Your opinions on it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much of the same. Of like, it's a good deal for both teams. Like, Melbourne need to keep boosting their forwards. They're getting now a good stock of young forwards. That hopefully 2 or 3 of them become good. And the Tigers needed some experience in the outside backs. So I think in 12 months' time, there might be like, oh, Melbourne got the better deal or Tigers got the better deal. But right now, it looks pretty even.
Yeah. Dan, anything to add as well?
I think if Olam can stay fit, that'll be good for the Tigers, and obviously if Sean Bloor can stay fit as well, it'll be good for Storm. But yeah, it's a good swap.
Yeah, the one thing, obviously now that Tupou has gone, Junior Tupou has signed for the Dolphins for next year.
Yeah.
I think that really sped it up, because I don't think we should be playing him. I don't think we will play him. Why would we want to develop someone else that's going to another team?
Yeah.
This is true.
Ultimately, if I was
Roosters,
the coach,
Joseph
I'd be
Sully.
going, shoo.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
What about you, Brandon?
I'm happy to see Olam back in first grade consistently. I just can't wait to see him drop some people. Like, his tackles are...
Imagine him
something
versus
special.
Storm. Oh, he's gonna.
Whoever has to line up against him will be great. But yeah, I do think it's a great deal for both teams. As we said, injuries, obviously, anything can happen. But you guys needed the experience, and he is a international level centre, and he will definitely bring some experience to your younger backs.
It's only 2 years ago he won Dally M Centre of the Year. It's like,
Yeah.
it feels like it was so long ago, but yeah, like
Did he win back to back?
I may have. I know he would have been around there the year before, but yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not sure if he did, yeah, but yeah.
speaking of centres, we go to the Gold Coast Titans now, and the battle of the fullbacks has somewhat been announced. Obviously, team lists, who knows, they could change it all, but they've picked Brimson in centre. They've gone with young Campbell at fullback. And then you also have the likes of Keanu Kinney, who is just in the pipeline waiting for his spot as well. But he's also a gun coming up. And you've seen him play a couple times last year. But what do you guys think about Brimo moving to the centres? I know he was a chance at 5'8" as well, but I don't know how he'll go out there. Queensland international fullback.
I think it's the best that they could do to try and fit everyone in, because, like, if you have Brimo in at 5'8", then Tanner Boyd's just playing like 14, and then when Foreign retires in like a year or so, you could go, oh crap, now we need a new halfback. So look, I think they've done it the best they can. I just feel bad for Brimo because he's in one of his worst positions. It's going to be hard for him to defend, and
a small body for a centre, a very small body.
Yeah.
Like imagine, as you said, Olam against him.
yeah,
Dead.
fucking their bully Talakai.
Yeah,
Moses
Moses Sully. Yeah,
Yeah.
Moses Sully. Just off the top of our
With
heads.
some
And
big
like
boys.
his contact and stuff could be good, but these bigger bodies just offload.
And then
Absolutely.
with Ravalawa as well.
Yeah,
How Ravalawa hits people.
Mm.
Jack Bird's now in the centres.
well, we don't know.
We
I
don't
reckon
know.
he'll be second row.
Who's
Maybe.
Jack Bird at now?
Dragons.
Dragons? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
what am
I reckon
saying?
we could get into the next bit because this could have ramifications on where Jack Bird is.
Speaking about the Dragons, Volkman, a signing that the Dragons got, had a pre-existing shoulder injury, so the contract was ripped up. And
Never fully existed.
yeah.
Yeah. he had
Although
to
there's
pass his-
pictures of him in Dragons training gear.
Yeah. So look, I've kept my ear on this. I've heard, funnily enough, Andrew Webster, not the coach of the Warriors, the
Yeah.
journalist, put out a good piece on this. So his manager's the real fuck up of all of this, because his manager agreed with the Warriors. They signed the release before having the contract ready and signed at the Dragons.
So is he contract? Is he?
He was training there as pretty much a free agent.
Good God.
Yeah.
And they sort of went, he can barely pass a ball here. This doesn't look right. Somehow Dragons didn't put him through for a medical yet. The Warriors said he just had a shoulder niggle. The physio checks his shoulder. He says, for some reason, he says it feels like chocolate. That's got to be the weirdest way to describe a shoulder I've ever heard.
Chocolate.
Then, yeah, when they do their scans, the screws in his shoulder from a Rico from a year or two ago had come loose.
Oh,
God
So-
damn.
Yeah.
Which apparently happened at December 12th. He got a contact injury at the Warriors, and that was the niggling injury that the Warriors reported.
Jesus.
So it's a fuck up
Damn.
all round.
Dad, how's your opinions on Dragons shambles? Because also another one of your signings,
Yes,
Corey
I was
Allen.
going to mention that.
done
On the
his-
exact same day.
yeah, ACL was it?
Corey's ACL. But yeah, it's unfortunate that our two signings that we did over the off-season happened to just injure themselves.
At least it's not the Tigers.
But yeah, hopefully we can
Bounce back.
bounce back, sort our team out, sort out what the fuck we're going to do this year. Because,
Did you
Well,
buy
who's
that
now
Marsh, I think? Was it?
yeah, Ben Marsh or whatever his name
Yeah.
is, or
So who's going to be 5'8" now? It's either Flano or Jack Bird.
Nah,
it's going to be Flano.
Widdop comes out of retirement.
Yeah. Gareth.
Please. I think it'll be Kyle Flanagan will be 5'8".
Yeah, because it was only a week beforehand, though.
Yeah.
Like, his dad came out and said, yeah, we've signed him as a hooker.
Yeah.
But because we got that Connor Mulhazen coming through as a young hooker as well, so he will be
Yeah.
hopefully 14. He played pretty well last year towards the end of the season.
Mm.
But yeah, it's unfortunate that Volkman had the niggling injury and got his contract torn up, but
Yeah.
hopefully he can bounce back and
Fuck, Bud
come back in
Sullivan.
2025.
Bud Sullivan looks good now.
Oh, fuck me. Don't even
Tigers
mention Bud
cheering.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Alatau Moan looks really good right now, but he's under
time.
community
Hammer.
fucking
Hammer.
Hammer, me hammer.
he's under community bloody whatever it is.
Service, mate.
Service, that's the one.
Mo-
Couldn't
That's
think of
all
the word.
mowing lawns without pay.
I'm sure Shano will have you guys ready to fire for week
With
1
peptides.
with peptides. That's actually probably why the Dragons players are getting injured, because he can't use the peptides.
Yeah.
Look, that's another story. But there is
Story for another week.
a rule change that's only been announced today, which is look, I think big ramifications on the sport in a whole, in a general. The rule change is line dropouts that go out on the full or don't go 10 meters will no longer be a penalty. Instead, you get to play the ball from 10 in front in the middle of the post. For me, I think this is just giving a lot more reward to going for short 10s, which I don't think is that good for the sport. Honestly, I don't know, but eager to see what your opinions are, James.
I liked how it was because it was like, look, you can make this attempt, you could possibly get the ball back, or you could get absolutely penalised for it. They take you 2 points. And it forced players to have to think, like, you're down by 6. All right, if we go for this short dropout, give the penalty away, then we're probably down by 8. So let's not use it this time, let's kick long. But now there's no
It's going to be short 10s every
single time because teams back themselves better defending in their own 10 than from 20 meters out.
Yeah.
So, like, when you think back to, was it Melbourne or Sharks, or when you were giving away penalties all the time? Like
Melbourne. It was Melbourne.
I think it was Melbourne and Sharks in the year Sharks won it. And you just backed your defence so much, you didn't care about giving away penalties and stuff around the ruck. And even recently, Penrith's done it with the 6 again rule and allowed 6 agains and to go, come on, keep coming, you'll drop the ball before we crack.
Yeah.
And now it's just going to add to that play.
Yeah, Lucas, mate, any opinions?
Oh, look, I really, really hate the idea of the short 10 dropouts. I don't know if that's the purist in me seeing it go 40 plus meters and, big Franklin Pele running onto it. But I'm just not a real big fan of the 10-meter play the balls, obviously because, it did slow down the game with the 2-point conversion. That is obviously taken all the time. Or, in all honesty, the Tigers would lose every single one. If the Tigers tried a 10-meter dropout, it would either not go 10 or go out in the full. If a team tried it against us, they'd bat the ball back to themselves.
Yeah.
So
the other team would catch it and score a try.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 10-meter dropout. I just want it to go back to how it used to be 10 years ago, mate.
Go back
4
to
years ago,
normal.
even.
The Walker brothers brought it in. Dan, mate, what do you think?
I suppose it speeds up the game, like Lucas said, rather than going for the 2 points. But I suppose we'll see how it goes this year.
Yeah,
And see how it plays out.
very true. I'm sure Sharks will take advantage against the bottom 8 teams with that new rule. But anyways, now we get into horse racing, and I know Lucas has been waiting the whole podcast to talk about Stormboy and his victory. We'll go over to you, mate. Fire away.
All right. So, guys, as Brandon just said, the Magic Millions is probably the biggest race day in the Queensland racing calendar, other than Stradbroke Handicap Day. The Magic Millions is restricted to horses purchased in the Magic Millions week. So that's the lead up to the races and whatnot. There's about 7 to 8 days worth of sales on, and any horse bought there can run in the Magic Millions. Now, this week in particular, there were some great performances. So for one, I'll start with the where is it here? The sprint, the Magic Millions snippets. Now this was won by King of Sparta, the $1.55 favourite King of Sparta, who I'm sure all of us here have probably had a few bob on in the past.
Yep.
He has won the last 3 years on this day, on the Magic Millions Day. He won, obviously, the snippets this year. I'm pretty sure he won the snippets last year, and also the 3-year-old guineas the year before. So, come Magic Millions Day, you want to be backing King of Sparta.
That would have been a good tip beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he jumped at us all 55. So, did you boys have any bets at all on Saturday, or
Not a winning one.
not a winning
lot
one?
of bets.
Oh, I had yours, sorry.
Remember Sugar Ripper got a nice win,
Ripper.
and it won by a bus length. Bro.
Yeah, jeez. I tell you what, just quickly on Skripper, you watched it.
yeah. What's
So,
that?
about 500 out, I was so confident it
Yeah.
wasn't funny. Everything else, they weren't off the bit or anything like that, but they just didn't look comfortable. But Skripper just cruised past everything.
Absolutely flew by, and that was one of many bets I actually won. I think, mate, I cleaned up, got about $300 back in returns. And I'm like, oh, mate, I had a great day. The only bet that didn't win, I'm sure we'll get into it soon, is the Magic Millions 3-year-olds, and that was Chrysaor.
Yeah.
We'll get to that soon. But oh, mate, that's just the only bet I didn't win. I don't think. Like,
Well, look, Skripper now will look to the Oakley Plate Group 1 handicap sprint race, which will be held at Caulfield, won by some great horses in the past, such as Uncommon James, Marabi. Old Marabi, if you remember her. So, yeah, look, Skripper will look to go there towards the middle to end of February. So I'm not sure if they'll just put her out for a week or two, give her a quick freshen up and then back in, or have another lead-up run. But look, back to the Magic Millions now, boys. Stormboy. Absolute monster.
Beast.
As I said, I gave it the M word, the moral word. He didn't jump too well, but he was mustered up by Adam Hieronymus. Went up to outside the leader, which I think was Mashani Ego, with Spywire and Highness, Spywire, Highness, and Arabian Summer, the three next favourites in the market, on his back. He had to do a lot of work. Stormboy had to do a lot of work to get to the position he was in. They were all behind him. They had ample opportunity to run him down. There were horses coming from off speed all day. But as soon as they went into that straight, Stormboy dropped Mashani Ego, then Arabian Summer, then Spywire. Highness came at him for about 150 metres, but by the 250 it was all over. Stormboy was pulling away again. That was a ridiculous performance by Stormboy. Now, I was talking to Daniel O'Sullivan on Twitter, who is one of the, who's the top racing guru, the ratings guru in the country. And I'll just find out what he mentioned, because he's put something up, and I've had to message him to quite understand what he said here. So if I hang tight here. So this is Daniel O'Sullivan at TRB Horse Racing on Twitter. And what he said here is, long story short,
I hope the camera just got James fucking missing his mouth with the chip. That was fucking good to watch.
good.
But yeah.
look, long story short, Stormboy, the 2-year-old, ran a faster time in the Magic Millions race, the Magic Million 2-year-olds race, than King of Sparta did in his race, right? So a 2-year-old running faster than an open Group 1/Group 2 weight for age sprinter. Now, he said here, the most straightforward reference to understand why Stormboy rated up at the elite level in comparison to the clock by King of Sparta. He had a slightly faster race time, but a slower last 600. And the reason it's so significant, because it is extremely rare to see 2-year-olds, especially at this time of year, match good older horses on the clock when you account for time and sectionals. He said, I've reviewed the past 10 years of Magic Million Race Day as a sanity check to Stormboy's ratings, and the 2-year-olds race has never come close to matching the older horses on the clock.
Wow.
King of Sparta is a well above average older horse. He's run to about 101.2 in 8 of his last 10 starts. He gave Star Patrol almost 5 kilos in the Group 2 Bobby Lewis sprint last spring and was beaten in a photo. He was 0.2 lengths off Rothfire at weight for age, 1.4 lengths off Think About It at Group 1 weight for age level in the Brisbane Carnival. And he also gave Uncommon James 2 kilos in an Oakley plate and finished 1 length behind. So what that means for Stormboy is Stormboy matched him on the clock and was 13 kilograms worse off in weight relative to the weight for age. So that's basically if he's running around, if the King of Sparta's running around at 57 kilos, because of his age, Stormboy, he'd have been running around at roughly 70.
Yeah.
Is what that's getting at. So even making subjective allowance for Stormboy being physically more mature and stronger than the average 2-year-old at this time of year, he still has to rate significantly higher than King of Sparta, who ran a 100 rating. When the clock, margin spread, and the ratings of others behind him are factored into the mix, it would be conservative to rate him less than 105. So I've replied back to him and said, where does that put him in the top sprinters in the country? And he said to me, in the last 12 months, he's on par with every sprinter in the country except Imperatriz.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Which is, for a
Huge.
2-year-old, is absolutely ridiculous.
Watch his space over the next 2 years.
M-word, boys.
Moral black book.
Moral black book. Now,
Storm boy.
yep, Stormboy. So now, obviously, Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Bott are probably the most informed trainers in the country right now. They won a few races there on Saturday. And it's pretty obvious. If your horse goes to the front, it's got more of a chance of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does. So, yeah, look, guys, watch this space with Stormboy. They've got a hell of a lot of 2-year-olds, the Waterhouse Bot stable. They've got Shangri-La Express. They've got Straight Charge. They've got Espionage. They've got Stormboy. They might just dominate the Blue Diamond, the Golden Slipper. They just might dominate the Autumn Carnival 2-year-old races, and I for one, can't wait to see it. But I'll leave that there for the horse racing this week, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah. Forgetting the biggest race, the Magic Millions 3-year-old race. Leachy's
boys.
lock. I had to wait on the day. I think it was like an hour and a half
It was
delay.
disgraceful.
There was Sydney Bowler, the second favourite, scratch. That was the first reason we had to wait so long. Then the next one, there was another horse that was scratched right before the race as well. I think it was paying huge money, but here I am thinking, if the second favourite's fucking scratched, Chrysaor was in here.
Here I am.
Easy win here. But little did I know, it was not an easy win, and my horse fucking shat the bed on the straight.
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of talk about Chrysaor. The 3-year-old guineas is always very hard to bet in. I suppose when you look at a Boundings record, though, you'd think, oh, wow, why didn't I just pick that? It had a couple of wins in a row, paying 11s, but, usually when a Sydney trainer takes their horse up to Queensland, our Sydney horses are better than Queensland horses. It's just that simple.
It's just a fact.
Yeah, look, Sydney Bowler, got his leg underneath the gate, and it was pretty bad for a bit. They weren't sure how well he was going to go, but John O'Shea came out the next day with an interview saying, look, he's all good and he's going to be spelled for now, and they'll come attack towards the end of the Autumn Carnival.
It'll be out bowling in no time.
He'll be out bowling.
Maybe-
Great name, Sydney Bowler.
Yeah,
How good
maybe
are
we'll
they?
be versing the West Indies soon.
I almost had it as my top bet, but I was like, I can't really go against Brandon.
I was honestly going to go the same thing, but yeah.
Look, boys, I genuinely think this week's horse racing multi is getting up.
Yeah.
This is it.
That's
This
all I'm
is the
saying. We
week.
haven't picked any horses yet, but I'm feeling confident.
Well,
this
I've got
week.
my bet in my head.
In saying that, it is the Couch Commentators' best bets right now. And Lucas, Dan has already got his, so we may as well go to Dan right now and see what you got, mate.
Alrighty. I'm going, this week, I'm going Rose Hill, race 4,
Race 4.
number 8, Stromboli.
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 Came $4.60, and its last start, it came second.
Megan, so you think it's going one better this
Yeah,
week?
it's going one better this time.
Beautiful.
Gonna go one better, so look out for it.
Watch this space. Dan's
Watch
going to
this
get his
space.
first win of the year.
Fair call, Dan.
Anyone else have their bet locked and loaded?
No,
Or we
I'm going to
going,
have to do some study, call some people.
Yeah. Gonna have to do the form guide. Talk to Daniel at TBR Racing.
Yeah.
Just see what he likes to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's too easy.
There's a couple of
we'll-
trainers I got to call, just see what's going on.
Yeah. Phone a friend. Yeah.
Chris Waller won't answer my calls.
Oh, yeah, it's mine.
Well, we'll head to Lucas for his top tip.
G'day punters, Lucas from the Couch Commentators podcast here, coming at you today with my top tip for the weekend, looking to make it 3 wins in a row. This week we're going to Rose Hill, race 7, number 7, Powerful Peg. Very promising run first up, and I think it will get the chockies for us this time second up. Once again, that is race 7, number 7 at Rose Hill, Powerful Peg. Good luck, punters.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
And now we'll head to Jim for his jam.
Sup punters, this week we are going to Flemington, race 8, number 2, Dublin Journal. We've got Mark Zara on board. We've got 2 wins in a row. We're looking for our 3rd. We are paying a juicy $11 for the win and a bit over $3 for the place. So I'm going each way on this. So that is Flemington, race 8, number 2, each way.
Damn.
Well played, well played.
Now,
Return serve.
return serve. Leachy's lock, looking to get the first bet up for the year. All right, Leachy's lock this week is race 7 at Flemington, number 3, Ray Magnerio. It's going 3 wins in a row. It's the favourite, paying $3, and I think it'll make it 4 wins in a row. If any luck, Leachy's lock will go bang, hopefully for the first win of the year, please. Well, I don't think you'll be doing it this time.
I think you've done well there. I think we could be onto something.
Yeah, Couch
Why do you
Commentators.
have to make it hard for me?
You
You couldn't just pick your bets right now.
you place these all together. I reckon there's a bit of a multi there.
A multi. The place multi will get up, believe.
Believe in
And
the heart of the cards.
yeah, I think that's all for the podcast. Anyone got anything else?
I just want to say, I just seen while I was looking for my bet that the Panthers have been given their official WWE championship off 2 WWE superstars. So
That was pretty cool. I did see that. It says undisputed on it, dog.
Yeah.
But in saying that, great podcast, lads. We have got a new reaction video on our YouTube channel. So while you're
Going
here,
gangbusters.
just go watch it. It's
it'll be linked in the description.
NBA Dunks. So go watch that. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow our social medias. We will see you next week.